ISO 27001, 2022, Annex A Control 5.17, Authentication information. Right, picture Dave. Dave runs engineering at a 9-person software company, and last Tuesday Dave pushed a commit at 11 at night to fix a broken payments webhook. Buried in that commit line 41 is the live payment provider key, not a test key. The live one, it's now in the repository history forever, mirrored onto 4 laptops and a continuous integration runner, and Dave has genuinely no memory of doing it. That's the control, that one line. So what does the standard actually ask for? Allocation and management of authentication information shall be controlled by a management process, including advising personnel on appropriate handling of authentication information. That's it. That's the whole requirement, and it's doing an enormous amount of work in very few words. Let me unpack it, because most people go through that sentence and think, yeah, we've got a password policy, we're fine. Adorable. Authentication information is not just passwords, it's passphrases, it's application programming interface keys, it's secure shell private keys, it's certificates, it's one-time codes. It's the shared login for the analytics dashboard that 4 people use and nobody owns. It's the recovery code somebody photographed on their phone in 2023. All of it. If it proves you are who you say you are, it's in scope. And the control breaks into 3 honest questions. How does it get to people? Where does it live? What are people told to do with it? Allocation first. How does a secret get from where it's born to the human or the service that needs it? At Dave's company, the answer is Slack. It's always Slack. Someone new joins and the credential lands in a direct message where it sits in perpetuity, searchable, backed up, exported to whatever retention tier the plan includes. Or worse, it's a shared spreadsheet on a drive that half the company can get to because permissions were set once, in a hurry, in the first year. What the standard wants instead is boring and achievable. Secrets are issued through a defined process. Temporary ones are genuinely temporary and force a change on first use. Identity is verified before you hand anything over. So a message saying, "Hi, it's Dave, lost my phone, can you reset me?" gets a phone call, not a reset link. And distribution happens over a channel that isn't a permanent record. Storage, second. This is where it usually falls apart. User passwords in your product should be hashed with a modern password hashing algorithm and salted, not encrypted. Hashed. There's a difference, and it matters. Because encrypted means reversible, and reversible means one stolen key away from catastrophe. Machine secrets, the keys and tokens your systems use to talk to each other, belong in a secrets manager. Your cloud provider has one. Your continuous integration platform has one. They are not exotic, they are not expensive. They are a Tuesday afternoon of work, and Dave will complain the entire time, and then never think about it again. What secrets must not be in? Source code, environment files committed to the repository configuration in a wiki, a pinned message, a screenshot in a ticket, a text file on the desktop called passwords.txt, which I promise you exists on somebody's machine right now. Third, user responsibilities. The control explicitly says, advise personnel on appropriate handling, which means you owe people actual guidance, not a policy document nobody has ever opened. Don't reuse work credentials on personal services. Use the password manager the company pays for. Don't share logins. Tell someone immediately if you think something's leaked. And here's the crucial part. Tell them without being punished for it. Because the moment reporting a leaked key gets you a disciplinary conversation, nobody reports anything, and you have bought yourself expensive silence. Then there's multi-factor authentication. Standard talks about strong authentication methods, and while it doesn't hand you a shopping list, no sane assessment of your risk lands on single factor is fine for the administrative console. Let's be honest about where it matters, because founders love to sprinkle it evenly and call it done. It matters most on the administrative consoles, your cloud provider root account, your domain registrar, which is the account that can quietly point your entire company somewhere else, Your source code hosting, your email, because email is the master key that resets everything else, your payment systems, your identity provider. Cover those properly, and you've handled the vast majority of your actual exposure, and use decent factors, an authenticator application or a hardware key. Text message codes are better than nothing, and nothing is what most small companies have. So start there if you must, but know they're the weakest option on the shelf. 3 ways this goes wrong in real life. 1. The hard-coded key, Dave's commit. And here's the bit people miss. Rotating the key is not enough. The old one is still in the history. You rotate. You scan the whole history, and you turn on secret scanning so the next one gets caught in minutes rather than discovered by a stranger. 2. The spreadsheet. There's a file called logins, and it's the single most valuable document in the company, and it has no access control worth the name. Everybody knows it's bad. Nobody has 10 hours to fix it. So it survives quietly for years. 3. The leaver who never left. Someone departs, their user account gets disabled, and everyone feels efficient. Meanwhile, the shared credentials they knew are unchanged, and the personal access token they generated is still merrily calling your application programming interface at 3 in the morning. Access removal without credential rotation is theater. This control does not stand alone. It leans hard on Annex A Control 5.15, Access Control, and Annex A Control 5.16, Identity Management. Annex A Control 5.18 handles access rights, the granting and the revoking. Annex A Control 8.5 covers secure authentication as the technical implementation. Annex A Control 8.24 deals with cryptography, which is where your key management properly lives. And Annex A Control 6.3 is awareness and training, which is how the advising personnel part actually reaches anyone. Is Annex A Control 5.17 new in 2022? No, it's a merge. The 2013 version had separate controls for password management systems, secret authentication, information allocation, and user handling of that information. 2022 folded them into one, same substance, less sprawl. And please, do not gold plate this. You are not a bank. You do not need a dedicated hardware security module and a quarterly key ceremony with witnesses. You need a password manager everyone actually uses, a secrets manager for machine credentials, multi-factor authentication on the accounts that would end you, a short written statement of what people should do, and evidence that you told them. That's a fortnight of effort at a small company, not a project. So here's your dare. Before you sleep tonight, run a secret scanner across every repository you own. Not the main branch, the full history. You will find something. And when you do, don't panic. Rotate it, then go build the process that means you never find it again.